Alright, so I heard some of y'all might be having some trouble with Darkrai. Might be having some problems. Well, hopefully this deck will remedy that. It is literally just the Exeggutor EX evolution line and the Yanmega evolution line. And we're just doing crazy damage to dark types. So we're going to see if that's the kind of deck we're going against. And obviously, we're going against electric type. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I love it. We're going second at least. Oh, he has a terrible start too. If this is like a Pika Raichu EX deck, then we're not in a terrible spot. Could be worse. So this deck, it has Yanmega in it. Yanmega has a move that does 120 damage against a dark type that's weak to grass. It does 140 damage. That is Darkrai, and that is Darkrai's health. 140. So that's what we like about this deck, is that it is all about... we're going to throw a cape on because of the weakness. This is probably one of the worst starts we can have against a deck like this. Like, we could have had Execute, and we would have been good. But, no. No, we had to pull Yanma. Now, we could get Execute next turn and be in a much better spot. The big thing about this is getting your Execute to the front as soon as you can with Exeggutor EX. And then that's your wall. I hate everything. And then that's your wall. What is he doing, though? Did he put energy on the Pachirisu? He did. Okay. He's obviously not going to attack, so why even bother? He probably has X speed or Leaf or something. So I just say we throw this on to scare him, possibly, and then we sit. And then we sit. We'll see. Another Pachirisu EX. Interesting. Both have 120, so we can't knock them out unless he has Giant Cape, which would make sense in a deck like this. If you're running Pachirisu EX, you probably have 4 tools, maybe even 6 tools in your deck. Maybe you got Lumberries and Capes and Helmets. Probably just Capes and Helmets, though. I would hope. I haven't built a Pachirisu EX deck yet, but if I were to build one, I would have at least 4 tools in it. I don't know if I'd have Lumberries in it. There's not a lot of status effects really in the meta. There are some, but I don't really see a whole lot of decks that are running status effects right now. So, we'll see. For having a really bad start, we're actually doing okay. If I were him, I probably would have rushed like damage on the Pikachu. But, yeah, you know. Because, like, yeah. It's not the best thing, but at least, like, you can retreat, too, if you don't have the cards you need to retreat. We're getting a lot of talking in. This guy's left. This guy had groceries. He has errands to run. This guy's got things to do. So while he's not here, or she, or they, we'll talk about the deck more. So this deck is really good because it's only got 4 Pokemon in it. So Poke Communication can be used to your advantage as long as you know when to play it. It will help you pull what you need when you need all the time. Every time I need something, it's there for me. Whoa. I did not ask for that. So like right now, if I wanted to get Execute onto the, it doesn't matter. The dude's not even here right now. But if we wanted to get Execute out here, we could. I would use the Yanmega to try to mill the deck. We'd have a pretty good shot at it because the only other thing in the deck is an Exeggutor EX. So there's a chance we could. There's a 2 in 3 chance we get what we want. You know, so we'll take those odds. Those aren't bad odds. So we would take that. You know, it's pretty good. Yanmega EX is really good. 140 health. You give it a Giant Cape, 160 health. It does 120 base damage, and the only downside to it is that you just discard a random energy. Pretty good. It's 3 colorless energy, so you can fit it into most decks, but the reason why we're just doing 2 grass-type Pokemon in this deck is because of Erika. Erika is in this deck to help with a lot of the chip damage that happens in Darkrai decks. So that is why we rock Erika. Erika's a very nice way to heal a ton of damage that's been done to you because you've been smacking a Druddigan for the past 2 turns. Because, like, you know you got to get rid of it. You know you got to get it out of there because it's annoying. Although, ideally, you wouldn't attack the Druddigan. Well, okay. Hold on. If a Druddigan has a Rocky Helmet, you don't touch it. Because a lot of Darkrai decks right now run Druddigan. We're just not. We're just going to hope that, you know. We're just going to hope that they don't have Rocky Helmet. But if the Druddigan has Rocky Helmet, then you're kind of screwed. Hey, we won. I might have. Either way, I still had a Yanma in my deck, 2 Exeggutors, and an Exeggutor EX. And I could have pulled any of those. And I guess that could have been better. But also, how was I supposed to know he was going to flip 3 of 4 heads there? And get Jolteon. That's like one of the hardest counters to this deck. All right, we're going against on the Grass Energy deck. Maybe it's the same one. Nope, it is... I don't know what it is. It looks like we're in someone's garden. This is a garden variety deck. Pokeball. Perfect, okay. The only issue is we don't have any way to retreat. Which is fine. I think we still... I'm going to hold off on putting any tools on anyone yet. We could jump to jump to conclusions here. But I don't want to pull a tool on someone and have it get knocked out right away. That'd be kind of silly. Like if this Yanma just ends up body blocking for us and taking the hit, then it takes the hit. Unfortunate. But sometimes that just happens with this deck. What we can do, I think what a good idea would be to put the energy on the Yanma to retreat if we don't get a leaf. If we get a leaf here, we're in business. But if we don't, it's fine. Leaf? It's just that easy. Okay, we're going to retreat real quick. This is the beauty of this. This is one of those decks that benefits from being a turn 1 deck. Some people, they don't like being turn 1. If you're one of those people that hates when you're the turn 1 Pokemon, this deck is for you. He could even pull the Yanma from the back here, and I would not care. I just would not care. Do I consider throwing a cape on it, though, just to keep it alive? Because they could Cyrus us, but I can't imagine if we're running against a Celebi deck here that they have Cyrus. I mean, maybe they do, but I'd be surprised. Oh, okay, we're cooking. This is the beauty of this deck. Sometimes you just pull what you need right when you need it. And that is this particular match. Dude's probably angry. He's probably cursing up a storm right now. So Exeggutor EX cooks. It has a ton of health. The reason why it's in this deck is because, like I just showed you, turn 3, you could be doing crazy damage. You might not be doing crazy damage, but if you're going against a Darkrai deck, you're doing at least 60 to some Pokemon, and that's really good. Oh, no, not a red... Actually, did not matter. We didn't have Yanmega. I mean, I would have played Yanmega if we had it. That's an even better hand than what we had. Why do people red card? Can I ask that? In this current meta... with as many amazing cards as we have at our disposal, why would you ever consider, even a little bit, a red card in your deck? And especially in that situation, too, he just helped me out. He just made me have a better hand. Dude was a real G just now. I hope you all understand that. We had a way better hand because of this guy. Big thanks. We have our other leaf now, so we can retreat the Exeggutor EX. That's why we run 2 leaves. And then, yeah, so once the Yanmega has enough energy on it, we just retreat the Exeggutor with leaf, bring out the Yanmega, and we win. We 100% win here. There's no way he can beat us with the Celebi EX. He could retreat to the other one, doesn't even matter. Because we'll do damage to it, too. This is a weird deck. I've never went against a Celebi EX deck before that's had red card in it. Like, this is bizarre. And now we can knock him out. Like, I wouldn't even attacked. Yeah, I would just keep building up grass energy on the backline Celebi, I guess. Okay, we have Erika. So we're just going to use that. One of the beautiful parts of this deck. Exeggutor is such a tank, too. There are other variants you could run of this deck. I know people that have run, like, oh, I don't know anybody that's run Shaman in this deck. Flip heads and we win? It's that easy. This is an easy game, guys. I don't know why people are, If we didn't flip heads there, they probably would have retreated to the other Celebi. Because they would have not that much health. Unless they have an Erika, which I mean, maybe they do. Who knows? And then worst case, they knock out our Exeggutor EX after a minute. And then whatever they have there is going to be pretty hurt. And then we just pull in the Yanmega EX, and it just does 120 damage, which is pretty good, especially for 3 energy. So, hey, you hate playing turn 1? I love playing turn 1. If I can get what I need, which I don't know, depending on the cards that I have in my hand, I'm getting pretty good. Poke Communication is really good in decks like this because there's only 4 Pokemon, right? There's only 2 Yanmas, 2 Exeggutors, and 2 Exeggutor EXs. So if I can be strategic about when I play Poke Communication, I can get exactly what I want when I need it. And it's very easy. Very easy. Alright, we got 2 Yanmas. We're going to keep 1 in our pocket. We don't really need it, actually. No, yeah, we do. Hold on. And we're going second. Is it my birthday? Oh, it's a Pika EX deck. Even better. So, whenever you're going second against a Pika EX deck, you are living life to the fullest extent. You are a full... Especially when this is their start. You are ahead of the game. To the fullest here. So, obviously, first turn, we're going to Pokeball. We Pokeball, it will definitely pull Execute because that's the only other basic Pokemon on the deck right now. We have 2 Leafs. We can be funny with it. Alright, so we're going to pull Execute out of the deck, right? So right now we have an Execute, 2 Yanmega EXs, and 2 Exeggutor EXs. Earlier, I think I said that there's only 4 Pokemon on the deck. There's 8. There's 8. I don't know math. I wasn't thinking of the individual cards. I was just thinking of, whatever. Anyway, so I think we communicate the next turn here in a minute. But I do think we put an energy onto our Yanma here, and we do a little bit of a tickle here. We do a little bit of, hey, how you doing? A little bit of, hey, how you doing? I'm back. Because I don't think there's a whole lot he can do here. Yeah. Even if he retreats to the Zapdos, I'm not very concerned. Because it'll do 40 instead of 50. Or instead of 20, and that's not too bad. Alright. So we're going to hit with Exeggutor for 90. Oh, and the other Execute. Okay, so we're cooking. So, well, we might be cooking. I don't know yet. But we did pull the other Execute, which is good. So we're going to communicate and just pray that we get Exeggutor EX. We could get Yanmega EX, but I'm going to hope we get... Nope. Didn't get what we wanted. We definitely wanted not that. Now the question is, do I sack a different Pokemon? Sure. We'll do this. I think we Leaf. This could be a terrible idea, but I think this will work. Because this at least keeps our Yanma with 2 energy alive for a little bit longer here. Then we evolve it. And then worst case, he Sabrina's us, but we just bring the Execute and we lose the Execute, which is kind of like a but it's okay. This Yanma will just take the hit for us. And then what, we knock out the Pika EX next turn? He's not going to let us do that, right? I don't know what he's going to do here. Yanmega's really good if you can get it online fast enough, which we were able to here. Like, honestly, since we had all of our basic Pokemon, Poke Communication worked really well. Because it just pulled an evolution for us either way. So we're able to use that evolution to our benefit. Now this guy is calculating 7 different universes. Okay, so he's going to switch to Zapdos here. I think what we do here is we attack with the Yanma in our active position. Because we're not, like, in a rush to throw energy onto that Pokemon right now. Oh, he's just gonna... Okay, wow. He's just gonna help give us a solid. There is no Giovanni in this deck, so we can't knock out the Zapdos in this next turn. But, like, he ain't gonna use it. You know what I mean? Because now we're doing 120 damage every turn. The only reason why Exeggutor EX is in this deck is just a body block. That's it. I don't even think we evolve the Execute. I think we just take the L if it dies. Because now we're just pumping out crazy damage that he's gonna... Like, now he's, what, gonna retreat, right? Or is he gonna keep the Zapdos in? Probably not, right? I don't know what he does here. Is he just gonna attack me with Peck? I mean, I do die on this next turn, don't I? Okay. Counterplay. We just retreat the the Execute here. Oh, even better. Even better. God, we're getting good. Okay, so we're gonna Leaf. Well, we could just retreat because we're gonna. No, we want to save Leaf. There's a solid chance we get Sabrina here if we do tough stuff. What would have helped us a ton would be Giant Cape on this Yanmega here, but yeah, it's like hindsight. Or an Erika would be really nice here too. We'll see though. This guy's got a lot of stuff in the deck. I mean, Sabrina might be in here somewhere, but we'll see. Or Cyrus even. I can see either of those being in here. Oh, he does do less damage right now though if he doesn't have another basic electric Pokemon though. He technically only does 80. I didn't think about that. Interesting. Not that that's that big a deal. Exeggutor is still like it's built like a tank. So even if he doesn't have another active, he does. Okay, cool. I made a correct assumption then. We're good. Okay, yeah, we lose. You know, we could have gone worse. Could have definitely gone worse. Like I said, Giant Cape would have been big. Whenever you get Giant Cape, you're pretty much always sticking it on the Yanma. Very much the play every time. And then if you get the Rocky Helmet, you're going to try to put that on your Exeggutor. Because your Exeggutor already has plenty of health. It doesn't need more. I mean, there's like rare situations where it might, but usually you want to put the Rocky Helmet on the Exeggutor. That was a good play, though. He played well. I thought we were cooking there. Didn't happen to cook. But you can see the versatility in this deck. Like, if we had gotten like 1 or 2 cards differently, we would have been fine. We would have been in a very comfortable place. So, you can see this deck, it can cook. It does pretty well. It does do pretty well. I don't know if evolving the Exeggutor was the best play there, but he would have just Sabrinaed us anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. If we'd had the other Execute, we would have been cooking, because then we put that in the back line, and then we Sabrina's it, we just go, take it. I don't want it. And then we bring the Exeggutor EX back in, so. Or we wouldn't have the EX, I guess, would we? Meh. But there you go. It's a fun deck. I like this deck quite a bit. I think this is probably one of the more interesting. We went against, I think, 3 electric decks. Which is like, okay. I didn't know there was that many. I think a lot of it right now is if you're playing the game, this is like the first day of the event that's going on. If you play the game during this event, at the beginning, you're not going to see a lot of the Darkrai EX decks because I don't think a lot of people have Darkrai EX, unfortunately. So once Darkrai becomes more prominent and more people have it in their hands, they're probably going to be using it a lot more often. I would be thinking about using this deck because this deck's pretty good. Yeah, today's just been a day. Work was fine, but I don't know. It's just been a lot of stressing, I guess, about just the future. That's been a lot of just the last couple of weeks, I guess. So, other than that, you know, we're here. You know, we're thriving. This isn't the best starting hand. I'm tempted to communicate the Yanmega out of our hand to try to see if we can get an Execute, but our chances aren't very good. There's a good chance we pull it, but then there's a chance we also pull... Okay, no, hold on. Now, hold on now. Hold on. Cool. So, we're just going to do this. And then we're going to do this. And then we're going to do... I swear to God, if he has Lucario in his hand already, I'm going to be so angry. If he Poke communicates it, I'd understand, you know, but... I'm going to be livid if this guy pulls Poke Communication, or if he pulls Lucario, turn 2 here. I feel like every time I've gone against this deck, this is a good deck. I want to build this deck. I just need another Lucario. I feel like every time I've gone against this deck, okay, they pulled Lucario like turn 2, and I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Was there a better option? Doesn't feel like it. I kind of tempted the Eric. No, because we'll evolve. So we'll just research here. Cool. Do I play the other egg? I might. We'll retreat. We will evolve. We will play the other egg for fun. Just in case this person has... I don't know if Sabrina's in this deck, but... in the off chance that it is, although I don't believe it is. And then all we have to do is flip heads, and that is calculated. As we should. Flipping heads as we always will. So that's good. Got that out of the way. Thank goodness. I don't know what he plays here. Probably Cranidos if he's got it. Like, he'll put the fossil forward, but I can take that out if he doesn't have the evolution. So he's kind of in a rough spot. Okay, he's gonna put the Riolu in. Hopefully, the issue is if he pulled his Lucario. Oh, well, he pulled the Granados. Does he have a leaf? Well, you don't want to really leaf in, do you? Oh, why? This is just annoying. This isn't really helpful. If I have a leaf next turn too, it's not even a big deal. Well, what's going on, Jimmy? How's it going? Welcome on in. Kind of a weird Cyrus play, not gonna lie. I mean, that just like is a minor inconvenience. There's the leaf. The thing is I don't really want to leaf here because then Exeggutor is harder to pull out if we need to pull it out. So I think we just do this. We retreat. And then I think we'll Erika the Yanmega so he can't pull it again. In case he has like another Cyrus. And then we'll just smack. And yeah, our energy is a little poor, but hey, we got 2 knockouts, so who cares? We got two knockouts, so it's not even a big deal. We just flip heads. Guys, all you gotta do is flip heads. This is a really good... This deck is good against just many decks right now. Just because. Exeggutor EX has always been really good. The definition of insanity? Jimmy, I don't know if I've ever met you before, so I don't know if you could have told me something before. This will hit for 130, but we do at least 60. The question is, do I try to Poke Communicate Exeggutor out of the deck? Kinda. Oh, hey. Hey there. How you doing? How you doing? Kinda. We'll wait a turn. Does I have a Yama knocked? I don't have an Yama knocked out. We'll wait a turn because we can evolve, execute next turn if we want to. So I say we just swing here. And then if we don't get Exeggutor next turn, we'll try to get it out of the deck with these communicates we have here. Or... is that a play? No, it's not. It's really not, though. Yoink! Yoinky sploinky. I've flipped heads every time. Every time. Jimmy, I know the definition of insanity. I was responding to your question because, like I said, I've never seen you before. So, yeah. I hope you're having a good time. This guy does not know what to do. Because all I have to do next turn, he can knock me out with whatever here. Okay, he's going to stay in. That was kind of a silly move on him. Because that happens. Was he just trying to prove a point, I guess? Good stuff. Is there a high retreat cost on Rampardos? Is that why he couldn't pull it out there? I didn't even pay attention to that. I forgot. Rampardos probably... oh, it has a 2 retreat cost. Oh, shoot. His own terms. That's admirable.